Good evening. Take a deep breath. Let the day finish within you before the night fully settles outside. This night prayer begins like a whisper, not to stir your faith into urgency, but to calm your heart into rest. If this moment becomes a shelter for your soul, walk with us each night. Subscribing here is like choosing not to face your spiritual battles alone. And if, as this evening prayer gently surrounds your thoughts, you feel peace drawing near, allow your quiet gesture of gratitude to reflect that. Perhaps you came to this prayer before sleep with a racing mind, conversations left unresolved, decisions still pending, bills, expectations, disappointments. Night has a way of amplifying what the day tried to hide. But this is a prayer to end the day not by carrying more weight, but by releasing it. In 1 Kings 18, Elijah goes up to Mount Carmel and prays for rain during a time of drought. He prays, and nothing happens. He prays again, silence, and still he continues, persevering even when his eyes see no answer. Mature faith does not panic in silence. It rests in the certainty that God is working where no one can see. Maybe today your sky seems too clear. No clouds, no visible signs. But the absence of noise does not mean the absence of movement. God works deeply in the quiet. And as you listen to this prayer to rest in God, something is already aligning spiritually. If these words speak to your heart, whisper within, "Lord, I rest in you." Now slow down even more. Let this prayer to surrender the day to God become like open hands, releasing what you try to control. Elijah prayed 7 times before seeing any change. 7 times looking at a sky that appeared empty. This teaches us something profound. Some answers are first born in the unseen. While nothing seemed to be happening, God was already moving the heavens. Maybe you are living in a season like that. You pray, you persevere, you try to hold on to faith, but everything looks the same. The same waiting, the same silence, the same feeling that nothing has changed. But tonight, in this prayer for peace tonight, God wants to adjust your vision. The servant saw only a small cloud, the size of a man's hand, too small to impress, too discreet to attract attention. Yet it was the beginning of a great rain. God's signs often do not make noise. An unexpected conversation, a sudden idea, a quiet relief in your spirit, a door that begins to form. The sign may be small, but the promise is great. So in this prayer to sleep in peace, ask for discernment. Not every movement is an answer, but every answer begins with subtle movement. A sensitive heart perceives what distracted eyes overlook. As you prepare to rest, say sincerely, "Give me discernment to recognize your signs." Now, close your eyes for a moment. Let this night prayer reach the most tired parts of your soul. There's a kind of exhaustion that physical sleep cannot solve. The exhaustion of trying to be strong all the time, of pretending everything is fine, of carrying responsibilities heavier than you admit. And perhaps that is exactly why you need this evening prayer. Not just to receive something, but finally to rest. Psalm 121 says, "I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from?" The psalmist answers, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." This means the same God who sustains the heavens is sustaining you right now. In this prayer to rest in God, remember, the one who watches over you does not sleep. While you sleep, he keeps watch. While your mind slows down, he continues working. While your body rests, he protects your home. Perhaps the sign you are waiting for is being formed at this very moment, silently, like that small cloud on the horizon. And just as Elijah did not need to see the full storm to believe, you do not need to see everything to trust. May this prayer before sleep cover your family, your home, your decisions, and your dreams. May it also be a prayer of protection during the night, surrounding every room, every thought, every invisible fear. Take a deep breath and release what you cannot solve tonight. Let the silence of this night become an altar. This prayer to end the day comes not with urgency, but with confidence. Elijah recognized the sign before the rain began. He did not wait for the sky to darken to believe. When he saw the small cloud, he understood God has answered. Sometimes what changes first is not the circumstance, but the certainty within the heart. Maybe you are waiting for something big, undeniable, unmistakable. But God often begins with simple details. A peace that was not there before. Courage rising in the middle of fear. A door that is not fully opened, but is no longer completely shut. In this prayer for peace tonight, ask God for a sensitive heart. True faith does not demand spectacle. It recognizes God's quiet movement. As you prepare for this prayer to sleep in peace, remember, the great rain came after the small cloud. The beginning seemed almost insignificant, but the outcome was abundant. Perhaps the sign you will see will be like that, small to human eyes, but huge spiritually. Maybe only you will notice. And when you do, your heart will know it is God. May this also be a prayer of protection during the night, guarding your mind against anxious thoughts, pushing away silent fears, and covering your family with safety and care. Breathe once more, release what still feels heavy. Now, let this night prayer become complete rest. You do not need to solve tomorrow before sleeping. You do not need to carry the responsibility of making everything happen. There's a God who governs the unseen, who arranges paths while you rest. Elijah persevered 7 times, not out of empty insistence, but out of trust. He knew the sky may look closed, but it is never inactive. Tonight, maybe you do not see the rain. Maybe you only see a quiet sky. But this prayer to rest in God anchors your faith beyond what your eyes can see. Let this also be a deep prayer to surrender the day to God. Surrender your mistakes. Surrender the words you wish you had said differently. Surrender financial worries. Surrender fragile relationships. Surrender dreams that seem delayed. Let this prayer before sleep seal your heart with trust. The God who does not sleep cares for you. The God who sent the small cloud also sends a great provision. May this prayer for peace tonight bring calm to your thoughts. May it truly be a prayer to sleep in peace, covering your home with light, strengthening your faith, and bringing deep rest. If the sign comes small, do not despise it. If it comes quietly, do not ignore it. What begins discreetly can end extraordinarily. Let your heart rest now and softly declare, Lord, I trust your timing and your care. May you sleep in peace.